Hi everyone, welcome to lesson 4 out of 6 of this series of lessons where we're learning how to create basic beats using Shimi. So at the end of the last lesson we had things that were starting to come together. We had our drums, we had chords, we had a basic melody we could play over the top as well. But one problem we had was that on the drum behavior we had to manually stop it by clicking this checkbox here. So in this lesson we're going to become better acquainted with the logic module and how we can use that to do it for us. So our only exposure to the logic module so far has been through the end my behaviors behavior, which looks at ending behaviors that are only on whatever input or module that behavior itself has been added to. So in this one we're going to look at the far more generic just end behavior, which can target behaviors anywhere throughout the system. And I'm going to add that to my backspace key here. So we're going to select the pressed event, logic, end behaviors. So here we have a number of filters that we can use. So I need to target the behavior which has been attached to this enter key. So one obvious way to target that is to do it by device. So we select input as the enter key. And we can even select the event, which is the pressed event. Another option we can do is by behavior type. So this was inside the cue behavior, so we can target like that. And between these two filters, we can be pretty sure that it's going to be targeting this behavior and this behavior only in what it ends. So if I now start the drums, and when I press backspace, we'll hear them end. Okay, so that's sounding good. We can now easily stop our drums again. So now we've got the drums, let's add some simple bass as well. So to do this, we're going to go back into the resources and we're going to, let's just minimize these, going to clips this time. We'll add a new clip. And I'm just going to call this bassline. And the bassline that I need to add, I know that we'll need to increase the beat divisions here a little. And it's just this pattern. Okay, so that's our bass pattern, so we'll close that. And now we can add it again using the player module that we use for the drums. This time though, rather than adding it to an input, I'm actually going to add it to the metronome's new bar event. And we can call start clip here. So we'll hear it in a second. Once I select the clip here, that it's going to start playing. And we'll just change the channel. Okay, so again, I've had to manually stop it by clicking this. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use the shift key as a toggle for turning this bassline on or off. So pressed, logic, and we go down to toggle behaviors here. And we can see the mode is set to switch all. So any behavior that is on will be switched off. Any behavior that's switched off will be switched on. So we're going to go to the event module, which is the module whose event we're subscribed to. And it's the new bar event on that module. And I'm also going to filter it by type again, just to be extra sure. So that's the player start clip behavior. So now if I press shift, we hear the bass start. And if I press shift again, it will stop. Okay, so now we've got drums, bass, chords, and some kind of melody line going. One problem though is that if I actually start them all up together, we'll hear that they don't sit particularly well over the chords. So as you could probably hear, there was quite a bit of dissonance that we were getting as we were playing over the various chords. So that's what we're going to look at in the next lesson, and getting it to sit as far more of a cohesive piece of music. So I'll see you in the next lesson.